Hello, welcome. Today we are going to be talking about living in the void as a way of having faith in our higher power instead of choosing these space fillers as a way to avoid our spiritual work. So this is kind of a tricky topic and one that will creep up in your life in a variety of ways. One way we see ourselves choosing to have control or use our will instead of a divine will is by filling our time, our space, and using our energy on people in our lives that are maybe not for our highest good. So you want to become really conscious of this. How much are you texting this person? How much time are you spending talking to them instead of feeling that boredom or void in your life? So this isn't talking about relationships that are healthy. This isn't even talking about toxic relationships, though that counts too. I'm talking about those relationships. Maybe it's a new relationship where it's somebody that you were thinking maybe could be a romantic partner or a new friendship, but they're actually just not 100% the coolest, best, greatest thing. And you know that somewhere inside, but you're still choosing to engage with this person instead of cutting them out of your life because they're not the one for you, the friend or partner that you're looking for, but you're still filling space with that person. That's you inserting your will instead of letting that person go, cutting them off, and facing your own boredom. Kind of like good enough is better than nothing at all. This is what I'm really talking about and where I want you to start to be ruthless with your connections and the people in your life. Because honestly, when you're sitting in that boredom and that void and you feel that pull to talk to that person, that's you avoiding your emotional distress and that feeling of not good enough or that feeling of emptiness. And it's in that emptiness that you actually do quite a bit of healing. Now, the other place that this can also turn up is in the way you are on media, right? And I think this is something common that we talk about all the time, right? Social media is a big one, comparing yourself to other people or really just scrolling and scrolling. And in these times, it's easy to get trapped in that place where you could be spending your time meditating, exercising, walking, or again, just sitting in the emptiness, but instead you're filling your time scrolling through. And now you're not going to fix this overnight or edit it out completely. And that's not really what you should be after. It should just be really this mindful practice of seeing when you're doing that and how much, and starting to face that emptiness instead of picking up your phone or, being on media more than you need to be. Another space that you'll see this happen is with food. So you'll be, again, picking up a snack or preparing a meal when you're really not hungry and you really don't need to be doing that, but there's a void there. So instead of choosing to sit with the emptiness and boredom, you're choosing to fill that space with food. That's another big one. And on that media trip, again, is where you are watching shows or sitting in Netflix way too long, right? Which again, during this time, it's really easy to get into these activities. And there's nothing wrong with binge watching your favorite show, but it's like, how much are you doing that instead of facing the loneliness that you may have inside? I know for me, I don't have a partner. I don't have anyone at my house aside from my cat, which is beautiful. But what I've been able to do, and lengthen over time is my ability to not fill space with people, food, or entertainment that isn't for my highest good. I'm choosing to sit in that pain and that loneliness so that I can work those triggers out of me. Whereas in the past, I would have maybe stayed with a partner who I knew wasn't for my highest good or wasn't really what I wanted, 100% what I wanted, but I felt like, being with somebody was better than just being alone. And honestly, I always picked really great partners, so it wasn't like they were horrible, but it really wasn't 100% what I wanted. And nowadays, what's happening is I may engage and talk with a person, and I'll start to see that, this isn't 100% what I want. And instead of molding or fitting them into my life to be good enough, I'm starting to edit them out and facing that pain of loss a lot sooner. So I'm able to just get real with the fact that, okay, I'm feeling this loneliness, but instead of filling the void with this person or relationship, I'm going to trust in my higher power that what I'm really being taught is that I'm all I ever need, and that, that perfect partner may or may not come along, but filling my space with somebody that isn't that is actually just a waste of my time and delaying my process. So that can be anything for you too. So for me, it's more people-based, but it could be like I said, media-based, food-based, or really if you're the caretaker in your family, you do have a family with kids and a partner, it's how much are you spending being in service to them and not really giving yourself the time for you, so that you don't have to look at your patterns or where your emptiness is. So this can manifest in a number of different ways. And again, this is just my simple invitation to you to see where you're doing those things and how often are you doing them. They're not going to change immediately over time, and this is not an invitation for you to get down on yourself for doing any of these activities. It's taken me years to get to this space, and honestly, years to even see these patterns. So it's really an invitation for you to see them, not an invitation for you to beat yourself up or feel like you need to edit these activities out immediately. Maybe just start small and cut down on some of these activities you're doing, or realize who is that toxic person that you really don't need in your life, that is a space filler you're giving a little too much to in your life. Have a beautiful day.